hello, hello, hello. How are you? And welcome to Bima's Crafty Corner. I am Bima, and I'm better known as Els, and we are working on our new journal. It was a landslide. Forest Fairies is in, and we did a little voting yesterday, and we came up with we're going to be doing this one on cream with 3 fins and flips. So I built the base last night. Not quite done with it, but it's about 60% done. We need to figure out the trim, and I'm going to put some corners on it. And I did the fins last night off camera as well, because they're kind of a pain in the butt to get them right. And there we go. They are correct. So we're going to do the trim on this, and then we're going to get into the rest of this. So how's everybody today? How are we doing? Miss Gypsy in the house? Arlene is in the house? Hello, Sash. Good morning, Miss Mari. All right, so we have some choices. We have this, plain and simple. I pulled this. It's a little kind of a pinky color, but that. Let me get this back in the bag. Harry, would you stop? Seriously. We have this. Just kind of very fine. We have this, which is sort of on the line of that, only this is flat. I have to tell you, this is my least favorite. Okay, so that one's out. Thus far, that was my least favorite. All right, then we have this. Will you get down? Come on, get down. Down, Harry. Get down. Because I said so. All right, and we have this. Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. We have this one. And then we have this one, which is on the same line. It's just a little bit different of a design. And we have this one. So, I think this one's too frou-frou. Now, I am planning on putting one of these on. So, let's take a look with them with it. So, this is number 1. So, that's number 1. Call this one number 2. I don't like it. All right, 2 is out. I like the trim. It just doesn't work with this. See this? We are whittling it down. All right, let's take a look at this one. So this is going to be 2. And this one will be 3. And let's open this up so we can actually see it on here. See if we're going to keep it or eliminate it. All right, so we have 4. Okay, here we go. Ready? This is what we've narrowed it down to. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Please vote now. Okay, Arlene is adamant she likes the first one. We have 2 votes for number 3. All right, so 2 is definitely out. And 4 is a goner. So 1 or 3. I feel like I'm doing an eye exam. 1 or 2. 1 or 2. 2 or 3. All right. So we have the tea dyed number 1. And this one, 3. I have to tell you guys, I think Arlene's right. Maybe. I'll tell you why. Because I made this crooked, and I need the lace to straighten it. And the center, it's going to show. Now, I might be able to make this work. The shaped trim doesn't go with the shape of the door. Okay, let's look. It'd be a cute path to the door. Okay. Okay, let's see. So let me grab my ruler real quick. Through the door. This is a big decision. Can I cover it with that? I know you guys can't see it at the angle that you're at, but I don't know if that helps at all. Well, here, I'll show you. So up here, it is 5 1/4. Down here, it's like 5. So it angles in about 1/4 of an inch between the top and the bottom. Which doesn't make any sense because this is straight. I don't know. That's the thing, Mari. I don't know. That's why I'm asking y'all. All right. All right, Miss Arlene. Unfortunately, I don't think this is going to work because it's got that center piece. So we're going to go with this one. Because this is going to help me to straighten out this line. Okay. It's lace, Mari. I don't really like any of it. Not a big supporter of lace. One of the few places you'll find it on my journals is on the outside. Wait a minute. Sorry, that was my son. That's the big brain boy. You can put lace all over the house if you can get away with it. Well, that's the good thing. You live by yourself. You can get away with it. I don't know. I'm just not, in some things I'm girly. In lace, no. I am. I even made it a point when I got married to try and find a dress that didn't have lace all over it. You know, I'm just not that kind of girl. I'm more of a goyle than a girl, like a ghoul. Okay. All right, that works for me. Obviously, that's not going to work. One and a smudge. So let's get another piece. Thank goodness there's more of this before I put it on here. Okay. This is one of the few uses that I actually have for lace, and that is to cover imperfections on a journal. Hi, Christine. Yeah, my mom did too. And they were kind of bitchy about stuff. Like, she could paint the walls and stuff, but it had to be back to the original color. And they wouldn't tell you what the original color was. So you had to get the paint from them. So if you painted your walls, understand that when you're moving out, you're going to repaint it, and they're going to make you pay top dollar for their paint. When I moved my mom's stuff out, my mom had painted the bedroom. And they came back and they were like, oh, the walls have been painted. I think she painted it like blue or something, light blue. Just barely any color to it. And they were like, the walls have been painted. You don't have to pay for this. And I said, no, I don't. I'm not the tenant. I'm her child, not her spouse. I'm not responsible for her debts. And if you want to, try and get the money out of a dead person, you go right the hell on ahead. All right. So I'm going to put this to the side and let it dry. Over here. Let that dry. All right. So, as I said, I'm going to use this door. I just haven't figured out how I'm going to do it. I don't know if I'm just going to stain it. I just put some distress ink on, I just put that one, this one. It's just the walnut stain one, and I just did it like on the high parts. So I don't know what I'm going to do for the door itself. I might paint the door itself. I just don't know if I'm going to use watercolor or acrylic to do it. So I have it sitting here so I can think about it, because sometimes you have to look at it for a long time and get it to tell you what it wants, and so I do that with fabric too when I'm making a quilt. I pull out fabrics that I think will work together, and I put them on the back of the love seat so that I walk by them every day, and I wait for them to tell me what pattern they want me to cut them into. I'm tumbling blocks. All right, that's what you are then. I'm going to make you tumbling blocks. It moves out or dies away, right? All right, so this is our inside pieces, our fins. And so we can go ahead and start working on these without having them in the book. Because I can glue them into the book. But, you know, and we need to make signatures. Now this one, I'm only going to do, I think, 5 pages per signature. Who is this? Who is this? He's my son. His significant other makes like bumper sticker kind of things, shaped ones, mostly animal pets and stuff. Um, so she was printing them and then cutting them by hand because they're original designs. And she looked into ordering them, but ordering them and then reselling them made them not cost effective. So she wanted to cut them. So I found, he's like, well, she needs and he gives me like 3 machines. And 2 days later, of course, because it's in the Craftedex, I go out and a lady's like, well, I've got one here. If you want this. And I went, yes, that's in the Craftedex. I must have that. So I grabbed it. And now he has, we shipped it to him. All right. I'm going to put this lace away because it's in my way. And then we're going to grab beige, excuse me. Beige. And Tea goes on the side. We have these too we could use in here, so we'll probably get some of those out if I don't have it in the little bits box. Okay. Oh, crap, I missed one. Where do you go? Oh, right here, colors. Yeah. All right, I'm better now. Okay. So let's build some signatures. Here the rules say no nails or screws in the wall. I'm using push pins. It works. I have to tell you, those contact, the ones where you have to pull the thing to get it to come off, those things work incredible. I have some on the doors and stuff in my house, and they've been here forever. And pictures in my living room are hung with them. All right, let's get some paper. What should we use? Paper. All right. going to need some tea guide. And I don't necessarily like that this is the dot matrix, but I'll be honest with you, it's some of the only stuff that doesn't have like smears and stuff all over it. So we'll use some of that. We need 2 signatures. 3 signatures. 1, 2, and 3. So we need 3 signatures. Oh, God, I hate to say it. Pink. Some light blue. You know what? No light blue. We're going to go with this one. No pink. I got to get this stuff organized. I got pink and pink and pink and pink. And I'll be honest, although somebody says they're different colors, they are freaking pink. Okay. Ooh. That's light blue. No. Now, I don't know about this one. I think it might be too dark. Looking to see if there's anything lighter. Not really. Okay. I will never use this freaking color. Horrible, horrible, horrible. All right. So we do have this in the single sheet. So we're going to use that one. We're going to use these. Falling leaves. I'm thinking definitely. Definitely going to be using fallen leaves because it works. All right. So we'll have a piece of that over there. All right. Now we have this like purpley chocolate color. Oh, I think that works. It's a little dark, but let's put it over here. We'll see. If we don't use it, we don't use it. I've only got 2 pieces of it. All right. Okay, so now we have this purple. I don't think so. No purple. I think this clashes with this green. Is that? It is. Okay. And there's this. No, don't like that. Use this. No. That is a definite no. All right, let's see. Now we have this green, but I'm gonna no. This totally clashes with all the green in here, so that's a no. Nope. Now we have this green. Hi, Michelle. Thinking maybe this one. Put that up there. Now we all know I'm a raging fan of Bemis Blue, but I don't think this works in this one. Nope. Okay, moving on. Bemis Blue. You know, that's actually, it was named that because it was the blue that I used to do. All right. As opposed to Bemis Blue, we have this. Which I think if we use a light piece of it, we're okay. Let's get a light piece. What else? All right. So now I have the question of green. So we have this green in here, but we have this green. Oh, I like this one better. Okay. So we get rid of that one. Let's do a couple of pages of this. Not too light, but not too dark. It's got to be the right shade. Okay. We got that. No purple. No black. No eggplant. Okay. All right. Now we'll take a look at some of the other paper options we can use. Let me get this stuff picked up quick. Because now I have 4 piles of it. Back in the day when I used to do it, right? I haven't dyed paper in a long time, guys. It's been about 7 years. But I am thinking about doing some. Because I need some. And I need it to be, like, you know, not covered in crap. All right. So we got that. All right. We're going to need a third piece of this because we said 3 signatures. All right, so what else do we want to put in here? Because we've got these. Let's take a look